Hey everyone, it's Liz, the Frugal Libertarian, and I'm here to show you one of our food cost cutting measures that we do. In our household, we do not eat or use a lot of eggs. My sister goes through more than a dozen a day. We don't go through a dozen a month. So, in order to get eggs when they're on sale and they're at their lowest prices, we have to then make them last longer. So buying them when they're inexpensive, they will last past the expiration date listed on the box, and we don't have to worry about them spoiling. We don't have to worry about throwing them out and getting new eggs that are at full price. So what do? We oil our eggs with mineral oil. Mineral oil is actually a laxative. You can buy it in any pharmacy, any drugstore in with the laxatives. And if it gets on your hands, it's not a big deal. If a little bit of the shell gets into your food, it's not going to make you sick. It's not going to be toxic in any way. In fact, they use mineral oil in a lot of cosmetics, or at least they used to. I don't think they do as much anymore. It's not a toxic substance. Now, this dozen eggs I bought at Aldi for 69 cents. I'm going to take it out and oil it to show you how it's done. First thing I'm going to do is put the today's date on the outside of the package, because I consider my eggs, their sell-by date, to be the date that they were oiled, not the pre-printed expiration date that's on it, because it's no longer going to be valid. So I'm going to go in and put the date on the packaging. The next thing I'm going to do is move all of the eggs from the dozen into the top, because it's just easier that way. Once it's oiled, it goes back in to where it was in the carton. The egg shell is naturally porous. It has a ton of little tiny pores. When air gets into the pores, which is what it naturally does, it causes the internal egg to rot, to go bad, to spoil. When you put the mineral oil around the shell, you're actually filling in all the tiny little pores, keeping the air from getting to the egg inside, and therefore keeping it from spoiling. If you oil them, you can actually leave them out of the refrigerator like they do in other countries where their eggs aren't washed in an industrialized way. If you ever look at pictures of chefs from Europe or stores in South America, they have their eggs just sitting out on the counter, no refrigeration, nothing. And that's because they naturally have a membrane which mimics what the mineral oil will do, and they don't spoil out at room temperature. Eggs that are laid in America and sold in America have to go through a wash, and that's why we have to refrigerate them. If you use the mineral oil and you don't refrigerate them, they will last 6 to 9 months. And I'm going to show you at the end of the video, these eggs in this package were oiled last April, and they're still good. I'm going to crack one open to show you. So, the first thing I've got to do, I'm pulling out latex gloves. Mineral oil, again, isn't toxic, but it's messy and I don't want to get it all over my hands. These are latex gloves I just get at Dollar Tree. This is one of the reasons I get them, to do this when eggs are on sale. This specific carton of eggs I purchased at Aldi for 69 cents. So, with my gloves on, I'm going to take the mineral oil and I'm going to pour a tiny bit into my glove like that. Take the egg and roll the oil around it. You want to make sure you get the entire shell covered, because any spots that don't have oil, the pores are going to be open and that egg will spoil still, even though you've done this. Once you have oil on your gloves, it kind of stays. You'll notice it gets thinner and thinner as you're applying it, and you just put more in your hand. This bottle of mineral oil is about 6 years old. This is the only thing I do with it, and it's not an expensive product, but one bottle lasts a really long time. Once you have all of them covered, like so, take off the gloves. If you're doing multiple dozens, multiple cartons, you want to do it all at once. You can seal them up and put them right in the fridge. And they will last. I actually do not know if you keep them in the fridge how long they will last, because these were oiled last April. They're still good. Cracked one open before, and it was not spoiled. It was still a good egg. I'm going to do it again on camera so you can get my natural reaction to it. Hopefully this one, I'm like so nervous with eggs. So hopefully, a rotten egg usually has an external smell to it. Like you can smell the rotten egg before you take the carton out. Still smells fresh. Yep. Perfect. That egg was oiled more than a year ago. It was oiled April 19th of 2016. The egg is still good. That's with oiling and refrigeration. So as of now, I have never had an oiled egg spoil because I put it in the refrigerator. Again, if you don't want to take up space in your refrigerator, you don't have to. You can leave them outside of your refrigerator for 6 to 9 months and they'll stay good. If you want the even longer time period, put them in the fridge. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope I've given you an idea if you're somebody like us who just doesn't use a lot of eggs and you want the option to get them cheap and keep them around longer. This is how you can do it. If you have any other food saving ideas that work really well for you, please share them down in the comments because I can always use more. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.